The Fading Islands, an imperfect paradise. Level 121, The Fading Islands. Survival difficulty, Class 2. Unsafe, secure, low entity count. Level 121 is the 122nd level of the Backrooms. Image caption: a view of the main island from across the water. Description: Level 121 is an archipelago comprised of several forested islands in a seemingly endless ocean. Level 121 seems to contain 6 islands, 3 named, of varying sizes, the largest of which, 𝓕𝓼𝓵, is 30 square miles, 77.7 square kilometers. Its day and night cycle is twice as long as Earth's. This cycle seems to have no effect on the habitability of the islands. The temperature never goes higher than 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius, and never goes lower than 30 degrees Fahrenheit, -1 degrees Celsius. The climate in this level is best described as temperate. The air is unnaturally still, as there is almost no wind at any time. However, it rains almond water extremely frequently, and there are also storms on occasion. The entities here are not affected negatively by almond water and drink it for sustenance. Image caption: Level 121 from its highest point. Most of the forest on the island is old growth. The most prominent entities on this level, Entity 147, It's Only a Matter of Time, instances, have created small settlements and have cleared out the forests surrounding them, creating new growth forests on the boundaries. There are about 300 instances of Entity 147 that inhabit this level. The majority of them live in a settlement on 𝓕𝓼𝓵 called 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰, which has a population of roughly 150. The other 2 largest islands, Violeta and Verbena, have a population of 50 each. Scattered across the other smaller rocky islands are a few isolated instances. Out in the seas, upon wooden boats and floating houses, are the remaining 50 instances, who live together in a collection of boats called 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰. One of the strangest parts about this level is the fact that many of the roads and buildings of the major land settlements lead into the ocean. Just below the surface, underwater houses and roads can be seen, leading further into the depths. When asked about this, 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 residents reacted violently and refused to explain. Thus, we can only theorize as of now. The islands contain a wide variety of flora and fauna that closely resemble those found in the front rooms. However, many species have altered appearances and behave very differently from their front rooms counterparts. Some can be considered dangerous, others useful or harmless. When traveling in level 121 or visiting the Meg Embassy, it is important to be aware of these plants and animals. Fauna. Fauna of the Fading Islands. Butterfants. Image caption: Butterfant in a field. Butterfants are docile creatures and are by far the largest animals on the island. They number few and far between, but each one of them has a profound impact on the area around them. They appear similar to front rooms elephants, but are solitary animals. Instead of large ears, they have butterfly-like wings attached to the sides of their heads. Their actual ears are much smaller and are behind these wings. Butterfants use these wings to create wind and shake down fruit from trees or topple over prey on branches. They are omnivores, eating both fruit and small mammals such as catbirds. When agitated, butterfants flap their wings rapidly, creating large gusts that can blow away light humans. Though they pose no serious danger, it is advised to leave them alone. Entity 147 instances are protective of this species, and anyone who harms a butterfant is exiled from the land villages. Elysian lamb. The Elysian lamb is an extremely important and revered species to Entity 147 instances. They are often seen on the edges of Entity 147 settlements, although they are extremely rare. The Elysian lamb behaves like a normal lamb would, except for the fact that it grows non-functional purple eyes within its wool. Entity 147 instances frequently cut off these eyes and wear them as jewelry. Every so often, Entity 147 instances from 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰 will sail to the mainland, take an Elysium lamb from 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰, and sacrifice it back home in the Mariners' Festival. Leaping geese. Image caption: Leaping goose surfacing after a short leap. Leaping geese are identical to Canadian geese, both visually and biologically. However, they differ from Canadian geese in that they leap high into the air from rocks near the water, then dive headfirst into the ocean below. They primarily use this method to catch fish. Catbirds. Catbirds are the primary source of meat for Entity 147 instances. They can be considered both poultry and pests. They are relatively harmless, but will still attack anything that moves too quickly. They are also cannibalistic. Catbirds must be kept separate from each other. Catbirds reach full maturity in 2 weeks. Adult catbirds carry 2 eggs inside them at all times. Upon a catbird's death, the eggs absorb nutrients from the carcass and become fertile, so Entity 147 instances have constructed catbird pens to collect their eggs and meat. Six fish. Image caption: Six fish in a shallow pool of water. Six fish are reminiscent of front room starfish, except for the fact that they have a singular eye in the center of their body. They are named six fish due to each specimen possessing 6 arms. They reside in shallow water on the coast of the islands and can crawl slowly on the floor using their arms, and their eye can rotate 180 degrees to provide a wide field of vision. Six fish are herbivores, using their pincers on the bottom of their body to grind up kelp and plants on the seafloor. Bat bees. Bat bees are a mixture of bats and bees from the front rooms. They have bat wings and are slightly larger than bees, but smaller than bats. Bat bees exhibit a high amount of intelligence and are known to build nest hives out of twigs and leaves. They may occasionally collect webbing from spider trees as an adhesive for building. Unlike front rooms bats, they have excellent eyesight and travel in groups or flocks like birds do. They are equipped with claws to defend themselves against feeler flowers when they pollinate. Bat bees are docile until you get too close to their hive, upon which they will get fiercely territorial. Their stingers can grow up to 2 inches, 5 centimeters, long, and can be lethal if aimed at the neck. Bat bee hives often look like spherical birds' nests. Flora. Flora of the Fading Islands. Spider trees. Image caption: Spider tree with full webbing. Spider trees are a common and extremely important species of tree found in level 121. Unlike most plants, they are carnivorous, mimicking the hunting habits of spiders. Instead of leaves, they have spider web-like webbing that stretches between their branches and catches anything that flies into it. Unaware catbirds are spider trees' primary prey. These webs are deadly to small insects and animals, but to Entity 147 instances, these webs are easily stripped from the trees and used as an adhesive in all sorts of structures and objects. It is also used as a thread to weave fabrics. Feeler flowers. Image caption: Close-up of a feeler flower. Feeler flowers are small flowers that grow on several otherwise normal-looking trees. For every few normal flowers, one will be a feeler flower. Feelers protrude from the pistil and search for insects like batbirds. Upon contact, they begin to latch on and penetrate the skin, sucking blood out of the victim. They are typically not dangerous to humans, but are capable of causing minor injuries like the thorns of a blackberry bush. Needle fruit. Image caption. Needle fruit growing on a needle tree. Needle fruit is the primary fruit that Entity 147 instances consume. The shell is tough like a nut's, but can be broken by applying enough force or using a wood tool. The inside has been reported to taste like a peanut. Needle fruit grows on needle trees, which line the edges of Entity 147 settlements. Many native animals also use other means to break open the shell and consume the fruit within. Bases, outposts, and communities. 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰. 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 is the largest city in 𝓕𝓼𝓰 and the entire level. It has a population of about 150 Entity 147 instances, and boasts a surprisingly unique culture in comparison to their oceanic brothers. When a major decision is to be made, all members of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 congregate in the village center to take a majority vote. 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 consists of several buildings made of wood, leaves, rock, and fir. These building materials are often bound together using spider tree webbing. Despite the haphazard architecture of their buildings, the residents of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 seem to have deployed their own culture surrounding a supposedly immortal reality-bending being known as the Gardener. On the shore of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰, atop a large stone outcropping, is a stone statue of this being, looking out towards the sea. The statue is lean and tall, with a laurel wreath upon its head and a long scarf around its neck. The most noteworthy thing about it is that its curly hair has been conspicuously painted purple. A second statue looking back at the gardener has been observed. The statue is almost completely submerged in water and is made of the same material. Only the head is visible above the water. When asked, Entity 147 grudgingly referred to this statue as the Mariner. The Mariner statue features long black hair, jagged teeth, and scales carved into its skin, making it almost look like a half-human sea monster. Its bright, purple eyes endlessly watch the settlement of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 from beneath the waters. The inhabitants of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 are extremely protective of the native species that inhabit the island of 𝓕𝓼𝓰. They get steady supplies of wood from level 23, the Petrified Garden, by no-clipping back and forth between it and 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰. Because of this, they have no need to cut down trees on level 121, other than to clear space for housing. It is not recommended to harm any native species, even catbirds, while in the presence of an Entity 147 instance from 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰. 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰 citizens are friendly and willing to trade, provided that you follow their customs. Their diets consist mainly of catbirds and needle fruit, and will provide such resources when trading. 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓰. 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓰 is the second largest settlement in level 121. It is a conglomeration of boats and floating wooden houses approximately 5 miles, 8 kilometers, off the coast of 𝓕𝓼𝓰 and 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓷𝓰. Many of these boats are anchored in the shallow water to the ruins of the ancient buildings lying submerged just below the water's surface. Citizens of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓰 eat large fish and collect rainwater on the roofs of their houses for drinking. They are less friendly to trade, but are still willing to under certain circumstances. If you plan to fish in 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓰, you must only keep the largest fish. It is customary to release small fish back into the ocean in order to maintain the environment. The citizens of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰 worship the mariner. Every 100 days, a group of citizens will sail to Erysia to take an Elysian sheep back to 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓰. There, they will sacrifice the Elysian sheep and celebrate the mariner's accomplishments, including the creation of level 121. While the mariner is the primary deity of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓰, the citizens also celebrate the gardener in smaller ways. This is not the case back on 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲, where the mariner is shunned completely and excluded from any celebrations. MEG, aka Major Explorer Group, Fuchsia Embassy. The Fuchsia Embassy was established by the MEG to manage diplomatic relations between the Entity 147 instances of level 121 and humans. There are currently 5 active members. Supplies are received from level 135, 𝓘𝓼𝓵𝓪𝓷𝓭𝓼, through level 23, the Petrified Garden. If you find yourself on level 121, the best thing to do is to find the embassy, which is located to the far right of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰. The embassy has helped numerous lost wanderers return to level 135, 𝓘𝓼𝓵𝓪𝓷𝓭𝓼, and level 23, the Petrified Garden. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Level 121 can be entered from level 23, the Petrified Garden, but only by chance. To do so, one must enter the water reservoir on that level, which may no-clip wanderers to other levels instead of level 121. Because of this, the MEG considers this entrance unreliable. Entity 147 instances are able to consistently enter level 121 through level 23, but how they do it remains undisclosed. Level 121 can also be entered by diving into the ocean on level 134, Tales of the Sea. Sailing across the ocean from the shore of level 125, Legacy Lane, may also lead you to the islands of level 121. Occasionally, trying to no-clip to level 8, Cave System, from the cave entrance on level 7, Thalassophobia, will instead no-clip wanderers here. Exits. Image caption. Exit to level 23, the Petrified Garden. Level 121 can always be exited through an odd empty log located near the edge of 𝓕𝓪𝓭𝓲𝓷𝓰. Entity 147 instances are always cooperative in showing wanderers the exit at all times. This exit leads to level 23. Diving into the ocean may no-clip you near the hull of a ship on level 85, Brilliant Evermore, or near the island on level 97, Lighthouse. Sailing across the ocean will eventually bring you to the shore of level 125, Legacy Lane.